All right, today we're going to break down a teaching technique that, on the surface, seems almost ridiculously simple, but underneath, there's some seriously deep cognitive science at play. We're talking about a rule for where students write their answers on a page, and believe me, it's about way more than just keeping things tidy.
And you can almost hear the debate starting, right? Is this just a power trip, a way for teachers to get everyone in line and make things look neat? Or is there something way deeper going on here, something powerful happening inside the brain for both the teacher and the student?
Okay, so this is the official term, standardize the format. It's really just a simple rule. You've definitely seen this before, like, box your final answer in the top right corner. That's it. The whole goal is consistency, so the teacher's eyes know exactly where to go every single time. Sounds simple enough, but as you're going to see, the effects are anything but.
So, let's get into it. To really get why this isn't some kind of control tactic, we've got to look at this from the teacher's side of the desk first. For them, this isn't about power. It's all about speed and accuracy.
So picture this. A teacher's trying to quickly check if the class gets it. If they have to spend, say, just 5 seconds on each paper, just hunting for the answer, that time adds up, fast. Across a class of 30, that's 150 seconds, 2.5 minutes. That's precious time that's just gone, wasted. That's time they could be, actually teaching.
But now, look at this. When everything's in the same spot, that whole process takes less than a minute. The teacher isn't searching anymore. They're just seeing. And this isn't just about saving a couple of minutes here and there. No, this is a total game changer for what a teacher can actually do in the moment.
And this is where the cool brain science comes in. See, our brains are basically pattern recognition machines. That's what they do best. So when you standardize the format, you're not just organizing paper, you're organizing data for the teacher's brain. You're essentially turning 30 messy files into one clean spreadsheet. It's like a hack for our own built-in software. And this breaks down that hack even further, using some ideas from Gestalt psychology. It sounds complicated, but it's not. Basically, without a standard format, a teacher is looking at a bunch of visual chaos. But with it, suddenly these powerful principles like proximity and similarity just switch on. All the answers are in the same neighborhood, they all kind of look the same, and boom, the teacher's brain can process everything almost in a single glance.
All right, so we've seen how this is a huge win for the teacher, but that's only half the story. Let's flip it around and look at it from the student's point of view, because this little rule is just as powerful for them. It's like a mental shortcut. To understand why, we need to talk about something called cognitive load theory. The easiest way to think about it is this. Your working memory, the part of your brain that's juggling information right now, is like the RAM on your computer. It's got a limited amount of space, and anytime you spend that brain space on stuff that isn't the actual thing you're trying to learn, well, that's called extraneous load, and it just eats up your mental bandwidth. This chart just lays it out perfectly. On one side, you have a student's brain spinning its wheels asking, how should I set this up? Where does the answer go? Is this what the teacher wants? That's all extraneous load. But on the other side, with a simple rule in place, all those questions vanish, and all that freed up brain power can go directly to the stuff that matters. How do I actually solve this problem? So here's the big takeaway. This isn't about boxing students in. It's actually the opposite. It's about freeing them from a bunch of pointless mental busywork. You could even say it's an act of, instructional kindness. It just clears the junk out of the way so they can do the real work of learning. Okay, but this all leads to a really important question. A totally valid criticism, actually. If we're being this prescriptive, telling students exactly where to write things, aren't we just stamping out their creativity, their sense of autonomy? Let's dive right into that, because it's a big one. I mean, this really is the central tension, isn't it? And it's a serious concern. All the research tells us that for people, and especially students, to be truly motivated, they need to feel like they have some control, some choice. So are we making a bad trade here? Are we sacrificing real, deep motivation just to make things a little more efficient?
Well, to figure that out, let's look at something called self-determination theory. It basically says that for any of us to feel genuinely motivated, we need 3 things. Competence, so feeling like you're good at stuff. Autonomy, that feeling of choice. And relatedness, feeling connected to others. Now, the big argument against standardizing the format is that it kills autonomy. But what if it's actually a massive boost for that first one, for competence?
And this is where we get to the really fascinating paradox. What if this kind of helpful structure doesn't destroy freedom? What if it's the fastest way to get there? What if that amazing feeling of, hey, I'm actually getting this, is the most powerful motivator of all?
Just follow the logic here, step by step. The simple rule reduces the student's cognitive load, right? That means they can focus, and the teacher can give feedback way faster. That quick feedback means the student gets better, faster. And that leads to this awesome feeling of competence. And guess what that feeling of competence does? It's the fuel for genuine earned autonomy. You feel good at it, so you want to do more.
So the whole way we think about this rule just flips on its head. It's not a tool for control. It's a support system. It's a scaffold designed to help the student get the win and to get it faster. And it's that feeling of success, that win, that unlocks their own internal drive to learn.
And that really leaves us with a pretty powerful idea to chew on, doesn't it? We're so used to thinking of rules and freedom as being on opposite teams. But maybe, just maybe, the best way to empower someone who's learning isn't to remove all the constraints. Maybe it's about giving them just the right amount of structure. A structure so helpful it's almost invisible, that lets them race towards mastery and find their own freedom.